Everybody, it's Brian back with the VIP Soundcheck, and I'm honored to have Savannah Dean Reeves with me. And Savannah, thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. This is something that we've been wanting to do for a while. I actually saw you live in Cincinnati a couple months ago. You opened up for Tiger Lily, put on an
Yes.
amazing show. So
Thank you.
this is really cool to get the chance to sit down and talk with you.
Yes, I appreciate it. Yeah, that was a really, really fun show. It was great to meet everybody that was out there that day.
Absolutely. And make sure you guys stay till the end because Savannah's got a special performance for us of her new song. So be sure to stick around. You're going to love it. And I wanted to jump right in with the music. So I was reading your website, and
Mhm.
it looks like you've been on stage performing since you're about 7 years old. Is that true?
Yeah, so that's kind of how I got started with everything. Well, it started with me just loving karaoke so much, like singing in the back seat of the car and all of that with my mom. But I remember my dad having his like police conferences, and I just kind of asked the band if I could sing with them, and didn't tell anybody, didn't tell my parents. I was just like, "Oh, I can sing Folsom Prison." Tugged on their little jacket. I was like, "Hey."
Nice.
So I ended up singing with them, and then kind of traveled with them for a little bit, just like locally, but played my first bar with them when I was super young. I think I was maybe like 12 when or 10, 12 when I did that. So yeah, they're like, you have to be out at a certain time. She has to be out.
I was going to say they have to say like 9 o'clock. She's got to go.
It's
You
like, I
can't
don't
be
even
in
know what alcohol is.
here. You'd smoke all around, you beer all around.
Yeah, but I
That's
did a big show
fantastic.
with them at Equus Run Vineyard. It's a local vineyard in my hometown, Georgetown. And yeah, they were called the Sensations. They're pretty amazing to let some young girl like me get up there and kind of boost my confidence just a little bit.
Very cool. And you mentioned like Folsom Prison doing some Johnny Cash, and that was one of the things when I heard you live. I loved that while you had some rock to you and a little bit of pop, you still had that kind of like classic country feel to you. So is that
Yes.
what you grew up listening to?
Yeah, my mom, once she kind of figured out, my mom's like one of my biggest inspirations. So I call her my momager. She helps me quite a bit. I really couldn't do this without her. She, um, she kind of like saw that I was interested, and maybe she thought I sounded good when I was younger. I don't know. And I didn't, but she did.
Moms are great at
Uh,
that.
yeah. She um she kind of started playing different songs like from different genres. So like CCR, and which I still play. Have you ever seen The Rain to this day? So in my set.
Yep.
So she's like a huge inspiration with that, and she's kind of why on my set list, if you get to hear me live, I do some old country, and I'll have a little bit of rock in there, and of course you got to play the new stuff to appease everybody.
Absolutely. No, and you mix it up really well, and that was one of the things I liked is that it wasn't the same type of song,
Right.
song after song. And I love when artists are able to do that, where you can kind of mix genres a little bit, but you still keep it country, which was awesome.
Yes. Yes, I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Now, one of the other things that I saw, you've actually been on Old Times Radio Hour,
Yes.
and it mentioned that you got played on Armed Services Radio. So I believe it said your dad was overseas and got the
Yeah.
chance to hear you.
Yeah. So I do have a song out called Stars and Stripes. I wrote that for my dad, basically. um, he was always like, "You need to write a song about our troops and about America." And I'm like, "Dad, that's kind of hard to just write like as quick as I write stuff." So I mean, it really did take me some time to put that together. But as soon as I finally found a hook for it, I was like, "Oh, what do you think about this?" And he was like, "Yeah, that's good." And I was like, "Okay, that's it then."
Nice.
I stand for the pledge because it's how I was raised. I walk tall with my try to change my mind, but nothing's the American way is the only way I know. Let freedom. I stand for all people in uniform who have families, but you can't take away my stars and stripes.
So you
Yeah.
wrote that specifically for your dad. And thank him for his service. We appreciate it.
I'm sure he'll be watching.
Now, is he back home now, or is he still stationed somewhere?
No,
or-
so he'll actually be gone until like early December.
Okay.
And he's gone for about 3 to 4 months at a time, and then he's home for about 45 days.
Okay.
So not a lot of time, but when he's home, it feels like it goes really fast.
Absolutely.
But then my brother, actually, I have a twin brother, so he's a minute older than me. He used to sing, but kind of moved away from that just a little bit. He actually just went to officer training school in Rhode Island for the Navy. He wants to be
nice.
a pilot. Yeah.
That's awesome. Tell him we said thanks for him as well.
Yeah, I will. When I get to talk to him, I haven't talked to him in about 5 weeks, and I'm like, wow, this is what it feels like to have your twin just like be gone. I was like, we might have bickered just a little bit, but also like kind of miss you.
Yeah. To feel like a part of you's gone with him.
Huh?
To feel like a part of you has gone with him.
Yeah, in a sense, because the other day I tried to go ask him what he was doing later, and I was like, he is not here for me to ask that question to.
Gotcha. Now, when he comes back, what you need to do is bring him up on stage with you and have him sing a duet with you. That'd be perfect.
He
doesn't want to sing live?
No. Yeah, since his voice changed, he's like, yeah, I can't sing.
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But no, I love that song. And another one that I wanted to ask you about, and I thought the video was really cute, was Stolen Roses.
Yeah.
Growing up, it didn't seem like it was when we are together. Oh, light me up when I'm broken, and sometimes it ain't easy, but he's stolen roses, he stole from.
Tell me the story behind that one. Something about it. It was in conjunction with a novel that was coming out.
Yeah. So I used to do pageants a lot growing up, until I was like, well, the whole point of me doing a pageant was to try to get my music out there more. And then I just wasn't in the right circuit for that. It just, there was no talent portion to them. So I was like, yeah, not going to do them anymore. Yeah, no. But the girl that used to be my pageant coach, she decided she wanted to write books, and she has been killing it ever since. Her name's Dee Dee Cox. She has written a lot, actually. She's a romance author. And maybe one of her earliest ones was Stolen Roses. And I went to one of her book signings just because she was close, and she doesn't live close to the area I live in. So I went by just to say hi. And earlier, like the day before, I just wrote a new song, and it was called Falling Roses. So she was out there promoting her books. She's like, I got to tell you about this new book coming out. It's called Stolen Roses. And I was like, oh, that's so funny. I just wrote a song called Falling Roses. And then it just kind of went from there. And then so she changed a little bit about her book, and I changed a little bit about my song, and we just collaborated on it.
That is really cool.
Yeah. So I was like, and I'm on the back cover. That's kind of cool.
So you guys both started it without never knowing that you were going to come together and kind of link them together.
So it's actually, once they get the funding and everything, it's going to be turned into a movie as well.
Sweet. So you're going to be part of the soundtrack for it then?
See, like 3 years ago, I was still, I still am building my name. I'm still working to reach all of my goals and where I want to be in the music industry. But 3 to 4 years ago, when I wrote that, of course they're like, what artist can we get to play the part in this movie? So I was like, maybe we'll get that funding when my name is a little bit bigger, and then I can just play the part.
There you go. Use your star power in it. I like that.
Yeah. But either
cool.
way, it would be cool. Even to have someone else sing my song, it would be pretty amazing.
Sure. Now, when it comes to the songwriting side of what you do, when did you start writing? Because you said you started singing at a young age. When did you want to start actually writing down songs?
When I got my heart broke the first time.
Gotcha. That's
No,
where some of the best
I
art
was in
comes
eighth
from is
grade,
heartache.
and I really never fit into like choir or anything. My voice had a little bit of a twang to it, to where it wasn't so angelic, I guess. I don't know. And but my choir teacher really in middle school, she kind of pushed me to reach things that I never thought that I could do, because I was so set with like, oh, I'm here with this level. So I think that she really opened my eyes to like, I might have a bigger range than I expected.
Thank God she did that.
Yeah. Yeah, thank God, right? I was like, my mama told me the other song that I was like, I really hit that note? What? But no, I kind of started writing in 8th grade, just maybe poems at first, just not really a lot, just maybe just like little thoughts. And then once that heartbreak happened, I was like, I'm going to tell him. That song was 8 minutes long.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. You were
8
serious
minutes.
then.
Yeah. I was like, I cannot listen to this ever again in my life.
Hey, you know what though? That's something that you always have in the back of your mind. You can always maybe pull a
Yeah.
little bit out for another song, or
Yep.
if you
For
see him again, be
sure.
like, "Thanks a lot for starting my career. Appreciate it."
Yeah. Thank you so much. But then I've gotten better about writing, and just being able to actually articulate well what I'm trying to get across in the song, and also keep it short.
Sometimes that's probably the hardest thing, is trying to narrow it down what you're
because I'm
trying to
like, oh, I
say.
really want to add this in here, but I can't add this in here because it's going to be 5 minutes if I do that. But I went for a lot of my like first stuff, like I Drink Too and the EP I put out. A lot of it will be over 4 minutes.
Okay.
Which, yeah, that's fine. But I feel like some people get a little bit lost. Like when you're listening to a song, you're like, oh, I'm gonna listen to a song for 4 minutes. Well, Bet on Me is just 3:30, y'all.
There you go. There you go. So those of you with the attention span of just radio, start with Bet on Me.
Yeah, exactly.
I've already folded once, don't think I won't do it twice. Place your bet on me. Yeah, I'm calling your bluff. Yeah, you're not so tough. I know what's coming, it ain't love. And maybe I'm just tired of the same poker face. This ain't a game you're gonna win on me.
And speaking of Bet on Me, I gotta ask, is that where you got the idea for the chip that you got here?
Yes, and I'm glad you bought one because I meant to grab mine and I forgot.
I figured,
Yes.
so here, I'll show it to everybody, and it's cool. And then on the back, of course, you got your QR code.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that has to be inspired by Bet on Me, because that's perfect for that.
It is. And can't take props for that idea. It was my mom. She was like, we need poker chips. I was like, oh, that is not a bad idea.
That is genius. I was like, that is the coolest idea at like a business card I've ever seen.
Yes. Yep. Some people would be like, what is this? And they'll flip it over and they'll be like, oh my gosh.
That is cool. Right away, I remember going to your table and your mom was there with you. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
That is pretty cool.
Yep.
So obviously you're from Kentucky.
Mhm.
I saw you up in Cincinnati. How far have you gone as far as touring? Have you gone around the country or just stayed in that area?
I have been Texas,
Okay.
Florida. I do Florida about once or twice a year.
Nice.
They have a singer-songwriter festival down there, and I'm trying to pick up more of those too, just because of how much I enjoy meeting new people and end up riding with them and end up having a good time. And then Montana is in the books for next year.
Ooh, nice.
Yes.
That's a place I've always wanted to visit.
Yeah,
It looks
I'm down
beautiful.
to go anywhere, so if anybody wants to throw suggestions out, please let me know.
There you go. If you got a venue, it's perfect. Very cool. Now, you'd mentioned that you've written with some other people when you're down in Florida. Is it tougher to write a song with somebody rather than yourself because you've got two people then with different ideas, or how does that work?
So I've only written with males, and I help them, or I will write with them through the male point of view.
Okay.
So I really haven't written a song through a female point of view yet.
Okay.
Just unless I write it myself.
Sure.
But I enjoy switching sides. I'm like, oh, you got to get the story right now. You got to throw this in here too.
Hey, that's good. Get the other point of view. That's good.
But it sometimes is tougher. You know, being honest, I'm being new to co-writing and all of that. It does. Some people write faster than you're like, oh my goodness, slow down a second. My thought needs to catch up.
Now, is there ever like an intimidation factor when you're working with somebody that has, been around for years and years and worked with other artists at all?
I don't know, because once you it's kind of like getting to know somebody. It's like meeting a stranger, but then you get to know them.
Okay. Kind of get to know their personality and their style.
So and then it eases that aspect of it just a little bit.
Sure.
But yeah, it's always great writing with people. I've learned something new every time. I'm like, wow, like you're a genius. Like, why didn't I think of that? And then I'm planning on I have 8 out of 12 songs right now for a new album. Nice. And it's kind of like life-based. And I'm putting them in like a specific order of like, so yeah, you would have to listen to it 1 through 12, kind of.
Okay.
I mean, you wouldn't have to, but that's kind of why I'm writing it. And I have
there's kind of a thread of a concept album going through, kind of.
What is it?
There's kind of like a thread of a concept album going through it.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's about it. Yeah, it's like, oh, this happened, and then this is this, but then this is now, kind of.
Okay.
And yeah, I have 4 more, and I have the titles of them all. And I'm like, my brain is, I'm like running a little bit empty. I'm like, oh my goodness, I know what I want to say, but it's just been hard to get it down. And sometimes that happens to me a little bit. Sometimes I can write songs within like 5 minutes, and then sometimes it's like 5 months.
Sure.
So, I didn't really want to have a co-write on any of it, but I think my mind is being swayed more since I've started to co-write with people. I'm like, I think it might actually be beneficial for me to have a co-write on a few of these.
Okay. So do you find that they're able to kind of help you pull the ideas out of yourself, or are they bringing something new and fresh?
I think a little bit of both. Some a little bit of both. It's once you explain, at least I like to explain like the back side of, like this is why I'm writing this, and then, maybe get them thinking this way. But sometimes I won't say anything, and I'm like, wow, you just hit that right on the head right there.
That's awesome. Now, do you have any kind of time frame in mind of when that album will be ready to be released?
I'm hoping by next year, but probably by the end of next year. Actually, no, maybe mid, because November 8th, so excited, I'm putting out another single.
Perfect.
It's called How About You?
Okay. That's November this
year.
Do you
want to know a secret?
3 weeks? Absolutely.
Okay. I know it's not really a secret since I'm saying it.
Breaking news, folks. Oh,
November 8th?
Right here.
That How About You? I literally foreshadowed my breakup. And it's like I wrote that song knowing we were going to break up. And then we broke up. And I'm like, well, here's the gift. Thank you.
Here's something to remember me by. See ya.
Yeah. I was like, how did I know? That is so crazy.
Yeah. You probably had an inkling. You're like, all right, it's working through.
Yep. So now they can know too, since it's out here.
There you go. You said that's November 8th of this year that's coming out.
Yes.
Okay.
Next month.
Very cool.
And then I have one more coming out, hopefully December. probably later December, before Christmas though, because got to put it out before then.
That's right.
And it'll be called "Get Me Every Time."
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I think that's the title. I haven't really fully decided yet.
That's the working title for now.
Yes, working
Subject to
title.
change.
But then both of those would actually be on the album for next year too.
Okay, very cool.
Very different vibes, but yeah.
Nice. So I'll be sure to share that with you guys as it comes out. Share the link, and that way you can check it out.
Appreciate that. Thank
So you're working on the album, kind of finalizing that, getting that ready for next
Mhm.
year. Are you planning on any tours coming up, or?
you. The rest of this year, I probably not until spring.
Okay.
When spring hits is when I do the Florida one, and I'm trying to set up even more places for this year. Maybe even hit the Keys at some point. That'd be great. It'd be very nice and warm.
I was gonna say, especially when the weather's still kind of crappy
Yeah.
up north.
Yeah, down here in Kentucky, it's bipolar. It's like 80, and then it's 30.
That's how it is. I'm in Erie, Pennsylvania, and it could be that in one day. It could drop. Like
Yep. And then August of next year, that's Montana.
Okay.
And then I think Texas is summertime, so it's gonna be really hot.
Very
really
cool, though.
hot. But yeah, I try to post all my dates on my social media, like monthly at least. So yeah, make sure y'all give my social media a follow. I'll make sure to keep that up to date for you, and it's on my website as well.
Excellent. And I'll be sure to put all the links down below so you guys can find her stuff very easily. I did see, now when I saw you, it was just you on your own, but you have a full band that sometimes plays with you, correct?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what is it, a different vibe when you're with your band than when you're
Oh yeah.
by
I'm
yourself?
so glad you asked. No, so I started playing guitar when I was around 15. And I wouldn't say that I'm like the best player. It's like I can go shred this thing, like lead a whole band or anything. But I do play some with when I'm full band, still play. And I started out acoustic. I would do like 3 to 4 hour acoustic shows. And then there was a local place in town when I was 16, so shouldn't, bars probably could have gotten a little bit of trouble, but they let me play every single Thursday.
Nice.
For like a year until they did get in trouble, of course. So, yeah, I still play there some, like when I'm here and around. I'm still, I'll still go over there and I'll play shows, which is fun to go full band to a place I used to play predominantly acoustic too.
Sure.
And just to see everybody that kind of helped me get that start and boost of confidence around the area. So 16, and then I got a band about, I'd say it's almost 3 years now. Players have come and went, but still been like full band for about 3 years. And I am just so energetic. Like when I'm singing, it's like nothing else matters, which music is like the only thing that can probably make me forget about everything else going on in my life. So when I'm on the stage, it's like I'm a complete different person. And I just sing, and I just hope other people feel the same way that it makes me feel. And I'm here, and then I'm here, then I'm here, then I'm here, then I'm here, then I'm here. I'm like all over the stage, jumping around. I'm probably like a sweaty mess when I get off of there. But
that's what makes it fun, though.
Yeah, it makes it so fun, and just to get everyone involved. Sometimes I'm out in the crowd. My acoustic shows are fun as well. And for a while, I was like, I'm so tired of playing acoustic. Because, with the band, it's like new and shiny, and it's something different, and I can actually move and entertain like I want to. But then recently, like I'd say last year-ish, I was like, I want to do an acoustic show. And I did that, and I was like, "Oh, I missed this."
Nice, kind of
So
back to your
now I have a
roots.
good mix of acoustic and full band shows.
Very cool. Yeah, keep it mixed up. I like that.
Yeah, gotta do it. Um, and I have found that I like taking requests when I'm playing by myself.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I being or playing more acoustic shows, like when I'm at some of the wineries that are here locally, and then having some of the requests come in, I'm like, I've never thought to try that before, but I will do it for you.
Yeah.
Just don't be mad at me if it is bad.
I was just gonna ask him, like, what's the weirdest request anybody's ever asked you to play?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. I'll post it in the comments.
There you go. There you go. And the comments in the video, just request what song you'd like to sing or to hear her play. So.
Yeah, please do that. I'm telling you, it makes me such a better musician, even if it's just like on the spot and I have to do it right then. But I love requests. So send it to me and I'll even post it on Instagram or TikTok and I'll tag you in it.
There you
I
go.
will be like, hey, I've done it. Here it is.
That's awesome. So, who are some of the artists that either growing up or now that have really kind of influenced you and your
Yeah,
sound?
definitely Miranda Lambert was my first. I didn't know how to play the guitar, and somehow we had a little pink guitar at the house, and I remember making my family buy tickets to my shows because I
I
was
like
like,
that.
I'm singing Miranda Lambert.
Like, you're not getting this for free. Come on.
It's like the house that built me. Come on.
That's right.
No, I had to literally pull a stool to the middle of our living room and sit there to a karaoke track, but act like I was playing it. And yeah, there's a lot of videos that my parents got that I had no idea. Um, but definitely Miranda. Now I'd say um, Lainey is a big inspiration just because of like who she is as a person and then how she portrays herself and her energy and her writing style. Just everything. She just seems like a very genuine person, which is something I think you can't lose
Yeah,
in this industry.
agreed. And it's funny you
Um,
mentioned Miranda Lambert because I saw you had the picture. What was it? Your song? Was it "Let You Burn" or "You Can Burn"? And as soon as I saw the picture, it reminded me exactly of
yes,
Kerosene, like the cover of Kerosene, because you're like lighting the flame. I'm like, that looks like Miranda
yes,
Lambert with Kerosene.
yep. Might have took some inspiration from her.
As soon as you said, I'm like,
No, that's funny.
that's
That song, "I Hope You Burn." Oh, I have a mix of emotions about that one. It it wasn't it was supposed to be for another book too.
okay.
And so like it wasn't a specific there was no specific reason why I wrote that. And sometimes that's hard for me when I have no feeling for something I've been given to write. It's kind of harder. It's a lot harder to write. I'm not going to say kind of. It is just a lot harder to write. And so I kind of was like, how can I make this about my life too? I was
Okay.
like, well, of course, we gotta tie in some Miranda Lambert kerosene here. We're gonna burn some stuff.
Storm is coming and all the clouds are gray. And I hope you burn like a shot of tequila. You lit the match, baby, but I started that. I knew I should have walked away the moment the red flags were. And all those late night fights are consuming my mind.
That's always fun. You can't go wrong with that.
Right, but no, when I was doing the album cover, I didn't really know, but then I was like, you can just tell I love Miranda Lambert because of this right here.
Exactly. Came through and there's nothing wrong with that at all. That's awesome.
Right.
Very cool. So we're excited to see what's coming up next. We have, of course, the 2 new songs.
Mhm.
And so before we get to the song that you're going to perform, Last question for you. If
Yeah.
you could go on tour with anybody, who would it be?
Is that a question? I'm just kidding. Definitely, I would love to sing a song with Lainey Wilson. I just really would.
You got the
I really
style to
would love
match her.
that.
It's perfect.
Yeah, I would like to be shaking my legs on stage too.
There you go.
I'll say a male artist now. Nate
Okay.
Smith.
Ooh,
Love Nate Smith.
that would be
He's kind
cool.
of like that outlaw country vibe going on, and that's exactly kind of what I think my stuff is that I put out. Bet on Me actually, I feel like kind of matches that quite a bit.
Yeah.
Now, not the version you guys are going to hear on my. I'm going to play it the way I wrote it, but go listen to it because it's a lot more hyped up, I guess, in a sense. It's a little bit more rock and roll
There you
on the
go.
track.
There you go. So, with no further ado, I'm not going to have people wait any longer. We're excited to hear you sing Bet on Me.
Okay, let me grab it.
So here we go, folks. And you said the video for this will be coming out soon, correct?
Yes.
All right, so we'll share that when it comes out. And I'm going to mute myself and enjoy her singing.
Thank you. Ready for the one, come to it twice. I'm playing my wild card because I don't know where you'll be tonight. Try to hide what you're looking for, but maybe I can see right through. Think you're good at bluffing, boy, but I think I know you better than you. Place your bet on me. This ain't a game you're gonna win on me. I think we both know how this one ends. Yeah, I'm calling your bluff. Yeah, you're not so tough. No, what's good? It ain't enough. Place your bet on me. All the cards are gonna fall right into me. I hate to break it to you, but when the time's through, you ain't got a chance. Baby, I'm just tired of being overplayed. Every midnight rolls around, I'll tell you that you can't kiss my ace. Place your bet on me. This ain't a game you're gonna win on me. I think we both know how this one ends. Yeah, I'm calling your bluff. Yeah, you're not so tough. No, it ain't enough. Place your bet on me. Place that bet on me. In the game you're gonna win. I think we both know how this one ends. Yeah, I'm calling your bluff. Yeah, you're not so tough. No, what's coming? Love. Oh, yeah, I'm calling your bluff. Yeah, you're not so tough. No, what's coming? Love. Place your bet on me. Place that bet on me.
That was awesome.
It
Wonderful.
has
Thank
a
you.
great, powerful ending. you got to feel the boom. Okay.
You do that. That was awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Again, 80 to 30 weather right here.
Hey, it sounded incredible, so you couldn't tell. That was
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me. It's been a lot of
absolutely
fun. Hopefully we can do it again, maybe about the new song or something.
That would be cool, without a doubt. And I'm sure everybody enjoyed that. And I want to thank you so much for taking this time. It's been a lot of fun talking with you.
Yes.
Are you
So
planning
the
on coming back up to the area again at all, or anywhere else in Ohio or PA?
Yeah, so I'm hoping to pick up some more Ohio shows. Definitely been talking to someone about that, so
Nice.
hopefully soon. I'm so the Lacs are playing this week
Okay.
at Lori's, and that was like my middle school jam. So when last time when I opened up for Tiger Lily, I was asking him, I was like, "Do you have an acoustic opener for that?" So he's like, "You can do it." I was like, "I'm very
Perfect.
passionate about this." Hopefully they'll let me rap a song with them. We'll see.
Without a doubt, that would be perfect. Well, again, thank you so much. This has been a
Yes.
lot of fun. Is there anything else you'd like to say to fans before we end?
No, just thank you guys so much for listening, and hopefully you've learned a little bit about me. But I'm also an open book, so if you guys want to shoot me a message or give me a follow or send song request or just whatever, it would mean the world to me. And yeah, I'd love to get to know you.
Absolutely. And make sure you check her out. I mean, her music's incredible. She's an awesome person to talk to. If you get a chance to see her live, it's well worth it. Trust
Thank
me.
you.
So, absolutely.
Thank you.
And again, thank you so much. And as always, I want to thank you guys for spending this time with us. I love you all. God bless and rock on.